Well, good morning, guys. All right, so we're going to continue our discussion because we talked yesterday about like pages. And today we're going to talk a little bit more about like what do you actually post on a like page. So one of the goals that I set for you is to get your page to 1,000 likes as soon as possible. And I shared with you some ways to get that interaction up by inviting your friends and family to follow your page, by taking the posts that you make on your like page and then sharing them over to your personal page. You know, other things that I do to get that traction up is I'll make a post on my personal Facebook page and I'll say something to the fact like new cauliflower fried rice recipe up on my like page, visit, and then I'll put the little @ sign committed to getting fit for the recipe, and then I'll have posted that recipe on the other side. So what happens is people who want to see the recipe that I'm friends with on Facebook will now go over to that like page and check it out. And so what I'm trying to do is drive interaction and traction over to that like page. The second thing that you can do too is you can go live on your Facebook personal page and you can tell people about your health and fitness business that you're getting ready to launch in October. You can tell people what your mission is and what your vision is for inspiring people. And you can tell them that if they're interested in learning more about health and fitness or building a business, to follow your page over at and then tag your like page. And you can make a little video kind of launching the page and telling people what it's all about. Or even if you're just starting your health and fitness journey, it's a great place to direct people and say, hey guys, I've made the commitment to doing T25 from beginning to end. I'm going to share my whole journey, my weekly meal plan, some of my recipes and my mindset over here at Committed to Getting Fit. So come follow my journey and help keep me motivated, and maybe I'll inspire other people in the process. So that is another thing that I have done that helps sort of drive that traction. And then what I always tell people is, you know what? Facebook's kind of funny. And if you really want to make sure you see my notifications when you go over and you click like on my like page, make sure that you choose the little drop down box that's right by my banner that says, see my posts first, so that people, your posts always show up for them. It's basically like they're favoriting you. And so then they always will see your updates and notifications. So you always want to encourage people to do that so that they see your stuff. All right, so those are just a few things about getting traction. Another thing that I do too, like the last thing on traction, is if I want to get people to engage in my page, I'll do a giveaway. So for example, I really love these headbands and they're called sweaty bands. And I love them because they are the one like workout headband that doesn't slide off my head and stays on. And so there have been times where I'll buy a couple of those sweaty bands and I'll do a giveaway, and I'll just say, I'm giving away, 2 sweaty bands to 5 random people. So if you want to be entered to win, like this post and tag 3 people in the comments below. And what I do is everybody that likes it and tags 3 people, I basically just put their name into a bin. I just get a little basket, put their name in a bin, and I'll say the contest ends, for example, in 2 days at midnight. And I'll give them the date and the time. And so I'll encourage people to share that post. And what I'll do is, I'll even share it on my page. I'll ask my friends to share it. I'll ask my friends to participate. And it drives more likes on your like page. So that's what you're trying to do, is get your traction up. And then I'll pick my winners, 2 winners or 1 winner. And then I'll email that, or I'll send them a message and ask for their email address and their mailing address. And I'll say, you won the contest. I'm going to send you the sweaty band. What's your address? And I'll send it out, and I'll put in the envelope when I mail it to them a little thing about me and Beachbody and health and fitness groups that I run. So it's kind of my way to then begin growing a following. So that's just something that I do. And then everybody that likes or comments on the post, I make sure that I invite them to like my page, because I want to make sure that they didn't just get tagged in the post, but that I actually invite them to like my page too. The goal with the like page is not to just get a ton of likes. The goal of a like page is to get likes and engagement at the same time. So very, very important. Now, one thing that everybody that becomes a health and fitness coach with Beachbody says is like, what do you post about? how do you find things to post about? And I will tell you, at the beginning, I definitely struggled with this. And so the things that I loved at the beginning, I would go to Pinterest for inspiration. So if I was looking for a motivational quote, I would go to Pinterest.com. I would type in there fitness motivation quotes, or Monday morning motivation, or weekend inspiration. And so I would find quotes that really spoke to me. And then what I did was people that really spoke to me, I would take a picture of myself working out, or whatever I was doing, I'd find a picture and then I'd put the text on the picture and I'd write my own post about it. Sometimes I would just use the Pinterest picture if it was a good one. If I was looking for clean eating recipes, I would go there. I'd find some recipes. I'd try them out. If I liked them, I'd maybe modify it a little bit. I'd take some pictures of me making it, and then that would be a post for me. And so I go to Pinterest a lot for any kind of inspiration or motivation I'm looking for. Anything like about the water challenge or a plank challenge, or like that's how I kind of find my ideas for the most part. All right. So that's number one. But then the next thing, that when it comes to posting, I try to have a theme. So you're going to find, after I come back from Birmingham and doing that event, we're going to do what's called marketing planning. And so I'm really good at planning out my months and saying, okay, this is when I want my challenge group to start. This is when I want my free group to start. This is when I'm going to do a business opportunity call. And then I like to kind of back myself into the game plan, and it helps me to plan out my posts. But what I do is I always look at the month ahead. So for example, we're in the month of August right now, and I always ask myself, what is going on in my life right now? What do I have that's happening? And so I think to myself, okay, it is August. Here right now, our children are going to be going back to school, and a lot of people have already gone back to school. So back to school is sort of the thing. Also, people are finishing up vacations. Teachers are going back to school. People are trying to get back into their rhythm and their routine. Our fall sports are starting. So bottom line, women that have children, that are parents, it's crazy madness for us. What happens is, we as women, we put ourselves in the back burner because aren't our children the most important priority? And so a lot of times women they're rushed around. They start eating fast food again. They start eating the processed foods. They let their workouts slide. They stop measuring and being accountable. And so I know that at this time of the year, I really have to grab people and give them suggestions. And these are things that I think about. So in the month of August, on my like page, I am going to give suggestions to moms with children. So what can you pack in your child's lunch for the day? Let's do a clean eating lunchbox. I can do a tutorial with them. And I'll do like how to work out with your kids. Everything on my page in August is kind of family fitness focused because of that reason. And then also my challenge group for the month of August is called the Health and Fitness Playbook. And basically I'm giving people my plays. What are the things that have helped me as my kids go back to school and we're really busy with sports and my personal time gets shrunk down? What kind of mindset, what things do I tell myself? How did I change my behavior so that I could still make myself a priority, but it didn't overtake my life? So you're gonna see me post a lot about those things. So that's my overall theme. And I sort of come up with my theme. So let's just say, and I get out a sheet of paper, and I actually have a little document that I'll give you guys. I'll answer your question here in 1 minute. So if I say this is my theme, all right? So let's just say that you're gonna do a 7-day clean eating overview, right? You guys are gonna maybe do a free group overview. And so on your Facebook like page, this is your topic. You're like, okay, this is my theme for the next 2 weeks, because maybe your free group is gonna start on the 21st. So let's just kind of put that out there, and you say, all right, if I want people to join this 7-day free group, I need to show people on my page that I actually know what I'm talking about, that I have information that will help to build trust so that they want to join me. And so what I do is I start to list out about 7 to 10 different posts that I can make that are going to show people that I know what I'm talking about. And so I sit down and I make a list. I've got 1 through 10. I'm going to brainstorm some post ideas. So if I'm doing a 7-day clean eating overview, maybe the first post I do is what is clean eating? So that would make a great post. What is, clean eating? And maybe I make a live video that talks about what it is and what it isn't. Or, maybe I find a graphic on Pinterest that I'm going to use and talk about it. And then maybe my next day, I'm going to actually share my meal plan. So I'm going to share a sample meal plan, but I'm not just going to say like, here's my sample meal plan of what I'm eating. I talk about the meal plan. So that's the key, is to just explain what you're doing. So if I share my 21-day fixed meal plan, I say, you know what, this is an example of clean eating. I know that some people have said, I could never eat the way you do, or clean eating scares me, but it's actually very simple. The foods are very normal. I keep it very basic, and the principles are to eat every 2.5 to 3 hours and pay attention to your portion size. Here is an example of the way that I eat for an entire week. If you would like more information on starting your clean eating journey, send me a private message or comment below that you're interested, and I will get you into my free group that I am going to be running. That would be post number 2. Maybe post number 3 is snack ideas. So you say, okay, you're obviously following one of our meal plans, right? Maybe you're doing the 21-day fix or shift shop or T25. So you're preparing your food anyways. So when you go into the kitchen and you're measuring out your food, take some pictures of you measuring and talk to people about what a proper portion size of fruit is, what a proper portion size of nuts are. And so take a picture of that and narrate that. And maybe you even say, I was the girl that sat on the couch with the bag of almonds, and because they were healthy fats, I just ate mindlessly, and I was getting 3 times the amount of good fats in one serving, in one sitting, than I should have. And it's just awareness. And so maybe that's a post idea you do. And then you go on and you think water. Okay, when it comes to clean eating, water is really important. So let me do a water post. So maybe you get your water bottle out and you say to people, okay, you want to aim to drink half your body weight in ounces of water per day. Here's how I keep track of it. I put rubber bands around my water bottle, and every time I finish a full glass, I move it down. And so you take a picture of the water bottle, you narrate that, and you talk to them about, what the proper amount of water is to drink per day. So you think about, what are the things that people question you about? What are the things, even just like, what do you eat before you work out? What do you eat after you work out? When should your last meal be? So you're teaching people. Your social media platform is actually teaching people skills that they need to make healthier lifestyle changes. So then all of a sudden, maybe day post 5, you say to yourself, okay, and these are your main posts for the day. I'm going to talk about like fillers in there too. So then maybe on day 5 or maybe on day 2, you say, okay, this whole week I've been sharing a lot of clean eating ideas and tips. Now I'm going to post my ad. Right? And it's an image that says 7-day free clean eating group. Here are the details of the group, and here's how to join. And so maybe that's one of your posts too, where you start to get people that you can connect with, that you can reach out to if they're liking or commenting on that post. And then you continue on. Maybe you share another really important one is your journey. So I always, when I go to somebody's like page, I instantly look for their face. I want to see who the person is, because if I don't connect with them visually, or if they're telling me how to eat healthy and everything is a stock photo, everything is shared from another page, nothing is actually originally their content, they're just sharing, to me that doesn't give me credibility. So what I like to do is I like to make sure that people can see my transformation. So anytime I start a new program, like for example, if you're going to start T25, I always take my before photos and I'll kind of block out the middle. I'll say, T25 before photo, follow my transformation. And so every day I'll do like T25 day 2, T25 day 3, and I'll talk about it, and I'll do the motivational quote or a picture. And at the end of every week, I do a progress photo. And on Sundays, I'll do my meal plan for the week. I'll post that on my like page, and I'll do my update. And so my update just shows people, all right, she's committed to the program. She's changing physically, emotionally, and mentally, and she's sharing that with us. And what happens is that drums up business, that drums up followers, because people, they look at you and your lifestyle and your children and your family, your age, your gender, and they say, I connect with her or him, I would like to join their next challenge group. So right now, obviously you aren't actually creating sales, but everything you're doing is creating trust and credibility. And the best part about the credibility comes from you actually being a product of the product. And this is your place to do that and share that personal journey. All right. So you share your journey, you share your meal plans, you share your updates. And so that's kind of your clean eating overview. And then I usually, like towards the end, 7, 8, 9, and I'll think of more things as I go. I will definitely make a last call to join this group. And that's how I'll do that. Now I have fillers. So my fillers are like things I always do every week. So for example, every Tuesday is Transformation Tuesday. I either take a transformation of one of my coaches or my customers, or I ask another person if I can use their transformation if I found it. The best way to start to kick things off is to maybe share your before photo and after. Even if it's not a Beachbody transformation, talk about where you were before you started to where you are right now in your fitness journey and how you've changed in your lifestyle. So I always do Transformation Tuesday. Mondays, I always use the hashtag never miss a Monday, and I always talk about, starting your week off right and never missing the first workout of the week. Friday, I typically do tips to handle the weekends and how to not, undo all of your progress. All summer long, I was doing cleaned up cocktail recipes on my like page, where I would take a regular cocktail and Matt and I would modify it and make it a healthier version. So I would take a picture of it, I would put the recipe out there, and I would do it about 4 o'clock on Fridays, and people would share that and try that for their weekends. On the weekends, I'll do barbecue recipes or brunch recipes so that people have things to check out. On Thursdays, I always do a throwback Thursday. So that's another one where you could do like throwback to 10 years ago when you were at your highest weight ever to where you are now. Or I sometimes do like things that people would remember. So trends, for example. A big trend for me growing up were these snap bracelets. And anytime I post about those trends, do you remember like this post, if you remember the age of snap bracelets, if you had them from your wrist all the way up to your shoulder and you collected them, or, so those are the kinds of things that just to get engagement with people. I'll ask questions a lot of times to just get that traction going. So those are kind of my staples. Sunday is always my meal plan. Sundays, I try to make it my day of rest. So I try to talk about mindful rest. If you are somebody that loves meditation, you love yoga, maybe your page kind of incorporates a daily meditation or daily affirmation or yoga pose of the day. If you're a group fitness instructor, maybe you're going to share your group fitness classes on there, or maybe you're going to video yourself doing a move or two, or a short. If you're a personal trainer, you can have like free workouts that people can just log in. Every Friday, it's your Friday workout, free workout, and it's something that people can watch and do with you. So that is something that you can do. Those are things you can do right now that are going to help you build your following. The sooner you get over 1,000 likes, the better, because I want to be able to teach you how to promote your page and sponsor ads, but I want you to get some organic traction first. So make that your goal, set a date for yourself, and say to yourself, all right, I can do this. 1,000 likes in 30 days. How many does that break down per week? How many does that break down per day? I would probably just do per week would probably be your best option. All right. So that's what I would encourage you to do. So this kind of gives you some ways to do post ideas, and also you can talk about the business too. You can invite people to join the coaching opportunity, and we'll talk a little bit more about that as well. But this at least gets your fitness page all up and running. And again, you can always visit mine. It's Committed to Getting Fit if you want to check out what I'm doing on mine. All right, so to answer this question, how do you invite people to like your page if they aren't your Facebook friend? So you can, I'm trying to think about, I don't think you can do that. I think you can only invite people that are your friends. And then you could ask, so the way to find other people, the way to find other people is through sponsoring ads. So if I were to sponsor an ad, I would make it a very specific age range. I would make it all women. I would do maybe a specific location if you want to attract people that are in close proximity to you. And then I put my interests. So interests are brands that you shop, brands of clothes that you like to wear, places you grocery shop, places, your favorite vacation spots, things that you, books, authors you like to read, or just things that are unique to you. And so you could boost your page, and then that would show it to other people. And so then that might be a way for you to connect and get more likes from people outside. And again, that's a little more on the ad side, but that's how that will happen. Okay. All right, I hope this was helpful for you guys. I don't know if you have any other questions right now, but if you do, just post them in the comments and I'll definitely get back to you with any more information I have. All right, so have a good day and I will talk to you later. Bye, guys.